Alrighty, Me Made May, day 2, going strong, 2 days in. So it's Saturday. It's past 1 o'clock, so much for doing this in the morning. But I did go and do groceries this morning with my mum, and we went to the farmer's market. I said previously that everybody was pretty relaxed around here considering our pandemic age. Well, I went to a different farmer's market this morning from usual, and it definitely wasn't relaxed. It was pretty intense. I guess it depends where you are and what you'd be doing as to whether everybody's obeying the rules or not. So it's nice. It's a beautiful, it's like a 28-degree day here. It's absolutely lovely. Might spend some time outside later. I've already had client come over, so that's good. Did a little bit of work on a Saturday. Feels good just to have work. What else? Okay, it's Me Made May. What am I wearing? This is, I have the pattern, Simplicity 8736. It's View, this one, View D. Is it focuses better if you can't see me, right? Right, because editing. Yeah. Anyway, it's really hacked. This is the 3rd time I've done this top, and I really made some changes. I'm just trying to figure out what I did. Okay, so I made a size 8, which is nowhere near what my measurements should be. Measurements wise, I probably should have made between a 14 and a 16, but I made an 8. I've never, like even the first time I did this, there's like little 2 sort of fisheye darts either side, back and front in the waist, and I've never put those in. I just am not that small on the waist. But otherwise, it's a pretty good fit. I think in the first one, I also took the shoulder seam in a little bit. I think it's made for shoulder pads, like it's a Repro 1940s pattern. So yeah, it probably is made for shoulder pads. I've taken in the shoulder line a little bit. Now, the changes that I made on this version are quite a few. So I've lengthened the sleeve a little bit, and then I've also done a big cuff, because I found on the others, you can see like you're overlocking or whatever on the inside without there being a big cuff. So I just didn't want that to be visible. So it looks like that. Nice and wide, and yeah, it's a little bit longer. I think the original is probably about that length. This one's longer. I took off the Peter Pan collar and put on this tie collar, and then I think I made the tie too thick, so I put some gathers in it to kind of push it down a little bit. And then that ties, you can tie it. Okay, so the shirt itself has buttons all down the back, which I actually don't find too hard to put on by myself, but I think I'm pretty flexy in the shoulders. So if you're not, maybe you need to be dressing with somebody else. And yeah, so I originally made, you could tie it in the back as a big bow like that, which is cute, and like this. Or you can have it as I've been. I think for me that makes me look a little bit too wide. I don't know. Maybe because the neck becomes so narrow. But yeah, I was wearing it today like this. I think it'd be really cute if you had a nice brooch. Just brooch it down. Or maybe if I made these ties wider with a little angle on the bottom, might be cute as well. Or bows. Yeah, that's cute. Anyway, lots of things, lots of ways to fiddle. I'll get to the fabric. The fabric's super cute. I'll get to it. Like that. Anyway, so other changes that I made. Yeah, so I put that tie on, and then I cut it short, and I put this band on the bottom. So it's not tuck in. I can wear it sitting out and it still sort of sits around my waist. Now, changes that I would make is I'd make this maybe 2 centimeters shorter so that it sat more at my waist, about there. And then this gathering would gather here and it wouldn't have so much volume here. And I also need to take out some length in the back because it's just too long. It's too long in the back. Not that much too long. Seems to be a common occurrence having to take some length out of the back. How can I be shorter in the back than in the front? Actually, it's probably the boobs. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, so I like the little band. I'm very retro, I think. Goes with the theme. I did actually, on this version, add more volume in the gather. So I made the pattern wider from there down to there so that I could put gathers in here. Now, I actually think it's probably a little bit too much volume here and not enough there. So I probably have to wedge it out because I want this to be gathered, like obviously gathered, whereas you can barely see that it's gathered. So in case I'm not looking at the camera, which I just realised for ages I probably wasn't, I've got a mirror behind the camera, which I'm looking at, so that I can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, the fabric. The fabric is from Nerida Hansen, which is an Australian company, and it's May Gibbs's Blossom Babies. It's Blossom Babies. So I don't know, I mean, May Gibbs is an Australian thing, surely. I'm pretty sure it's international. Was May Gibbs a big thing in the 70s? 60s? Anyway, it was when I was a kid. Snuggle Pot and Cuddle Pie and the Gumnut Babies. So, you see the little Blossom Babies? They're so cute. They're just so cute. It's a cotton sateen. The printing is really good. Like it's really well defined. The fabric is so light and soft. I've got some more Nerida Hansen fabric to show you because I made, before I ran out of work, I did make 3 little fabric purchases, which I'll share with you. And one of them, the one that's coming last, was from Nerida Hansen. She had a remnant sale. And I justify remnant sales because I try not to buy too much stuff. The world is just full of stuff. So, but you know, remnants, it's kind of slightly more sustainable because they're like the off-cut bits at the end. Yeah? I can justify anything. So, you know, that's slightly more environmentally friendly. And she did send it in a compost pack bag. You probably don't need to see my address that I just flashed then. Oops, I might have to learn how to edit all of a sudden. But yeah, it's a compost bag. Okay, environmentally friendly. I like that. Alright, I'll show the fabric at the end. We'll do the rest of the outfit first. So yeah, Nerida Hansen Blossom Babies cotton sateen in Sky. I'll do a link. It's not in any way endorsed or whatever. Like I'm in the business of making money out of YouTube. Yeah, right. And then the pants. Alright. The pants are, can you see my dog? There she is, snoring. This is Frankie. Now, the pants are quite modified from the original pattern as it is. These are the bottoms of the Jane Sat jumpsuit by Gertie. There's charmed patterns. So the Jane Sat jumpsuit is really, really cute retro jumpsuit, which is sort of strapless, and there are a whole bunch of options. You can do shorts or a skirt, and these are just the pants. I didn't follow any of the rules in making these. So I made them out of a fabric that is much stretchier than that required for the pattern. So I wish I could tell you what size I made, but I have just hunted high and low and I can't find what I cut out. like my traced pattern. I must have just accidentally, it's really annoying, I must have accidentally thrown it out in the process of moving stuff, which obviously I still haven't moved anything from yesterday. But yeah, so they were definitely, I cut a size smaller or maybe the size lower in my size range because of the stretch. And then I did have to go back and take even more fabric out because I wanted them to be quite fitted, like a pedal pusher. You know, get that real retro look. I then didn't put a zip in, so they just pull on. There's no zip, and just put the. If I talk facing this way, can you hear me? Probably not. But you know, I don't see the back. I should have put some elastic inside this band, I think, because it's stretched out and now it's too big. And these pants fall down. You know how retro 60s type pants quite often have like that little bit of extra fabric in the front crunch? Yeah, I get that. So it's, you know, it's authentic. It's authentic vintage look from the time when I actually don't think they'd figured out how to cut women's pants properly yet. Yeah, so Gertie's Jane set, heavily modified. And I really wish I still had the traced version of the pattern that I did because I'd like to do heaps more of these. I'd really like to make the full jumpsuit. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. But it's quite difficult to get steel bone in here. And I'd have to import it. And postage at the moment takes so long. So I'm just trying to buy Australian and buy from small brands. So if you know a small Australian store that sells steel boning by the metre, and preferably also the little caps for it, let me know. That'd be great. Otherwise I'm going to AliExpress and importing from China, and it's not going to arrive for like 3 months. I should have that cup of tea again, I think. I don't have it ready. My throat. Talking too much. I clearly don't talk to people enough. Okay, so fabrics. That was my outfit. It was lovely going shopping today. It is going to start getting a lot colder, so I'm going to have to start getting some much warmer clothes. This is probably the last beautiful sunny weekend. That's my note. All right, Nerida Hansen Fabrics. So this, I'll start with the one that I bought first. That's not me. You always get a dud, don't you, buying online? I swear I always get a dud. This print is so cute. It's, I can't remember the name of it, but cockatoos on something. And it's the mid-weight cotton. She only does about 4 different fabrics, and I've got 3 of them, so you can get an idea, I guess, of what the fabrics are like. I don't have the organic quilting cotton because I don't quilt, although organic's good. And again, it's really beautifully printed. It is really very soft. I think if you wanted to be a wonderful citizen, this would make super cute face mask, do you think? And it's quite fine. Not as fine as cotton sateen. And yeah, it's just, I don't think I'd ever wear that. Yeah. Oh well, whoops. If you want it, let me know. It's 1/2 metre remnant. Alright. So the other 3 prints are from the Holly Zollinger collection. I probably murdered that. Holly somebody, starting with a Z. And I really like her stuff. There's another like tiger print. There's a couple of other prints in this range that I really want. And they sell out, but then they come back into stock again. Generally. Fingers crossed. Because actually a few of these have sold out. This one, I can't remember the name of it. I'll link it. Was a 95 centimetre remnant. Something roses, maybe? This is the cotton sateen again. It's so drapey. Cotton sateen. Okay, if you're a beginner in fabric land, is not satin. You know, satin's like really, really shiny. Cotton sateen is shiny, but it's about as shiny as cotton can get because it's not a synthetic. I love cotton sateen bed sheets is probably the most common use of cotton sateen. So it's a very, very tight weave. And normally a cotton weave is one up, like it's woven one over, one under, one over, one under, one over, one under. Whereas a cotton sateen is woven maybe 4 or 5 over, one under. So there's lots of that exposed yarn on that one weft. So it goes 4 over, one under, 4 over, one under. And then it goes through another process called either mercerizing or mercurizing, depending on your pronunciation. Mercerizing probably sounds better, where all the fluffy bits of the cotton are like burnt off, chemically burnt off, I think, so that all the soft fluffiness is gone and you're left with a very smooth, shiny surface, and it's really soft. I love it. I love cotton sateen sheets. I love cotton sateen. And yeah, and because it's so densely woven and the fibres are so small, it's like it's thin and light without being see-through and without being weak. It's strong. Yay! I don't know what I'm going to make out of it yet. I like a blouse like this, like it's exactly the same fabric as this fabric, would look great. For a meter, I could do that. Such a bold print. Anyway, it's that one. And the other one I've gotten this cotton sateen from Holly Zollinger is this one. Oh, is it printed on there? Oh, look, it's printed on there. See? Focus. That's her name. I'm not convinced, but I can tell if it's focused or not. Anyway. This is Peacock something in bright. There's bright and there's like a muted version. This is bright. That's so nice. Upside down, Miss Jane. Yay, peacocks. I kind of want this to be a dress, like a bias cut dress. I mean, it's only a meter. Can I get a bias cut dress out of a meter? Probably not. Still, just love it. I mean, it would make a really nice, like a shirt dress or an open shirt wrap. Just for lounging. Would be just delicious. So nice. I mean, these are such summer fabrics and I need winter clothes, but for you in the northern hemisphere, if you're watching from the north, seriously, this stuff is gorgeous. I do think she's still sending internationally as well. It just takes a long time. Same for my label. Okay, so here in WA, the state is completely locked down. Even the regions within the state are locked down. So we can't leave or enter, and we can't go to other towns, which is great because we all feel really, really super safe because there's like virtually no disease here. Well, virus. There's virtually no virus, that thing. The word that I never really want to hear again. So we all feel quite safe but that does mean no planes are coming and going, or very, very few planes are coming and going without post in them. So deliveries are taking forever. Forever and ever. So that's that one. And the final one, the fourth one, is just a 1/2 meter. And this is their linen cotton blend. It's Holly Zollinger again. I think it's Monkey something is the print. And cute. Now, I'm not actually really a big fan of linen. But it was a remnant and only came in the linen, so yay. This is going to make the cutest boxy top. It's heavy. Like it's almost like a cotton canvas heavy or cotton calico heavy. The print is probably not as bright as it prints out on these guys, but it's still really nice. If you like wearing linen, it'll be still really nice. I mean, these cotton sateens really crush, and I mean, you can probably tell I've been wearing this all day. It's mostly fallen out. I had a cardigan on, and so all the sleeves had gotten crushed, but it's mostly fallen out. And this one doesn't, like, it gets like a heavy crush as opposed to this really tight crush. So, I don't know, can you see that? It's not too bad. I think with your body heat, it might be even more. But yeah, I mean, they're just really beautiful quality fabrics. I love them. And I mean, they said 1/2 meter. It looks a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's 56 centimeters. So it's a little bit bigger than 1/2 meter. And yeah, if I cut it that way for a boxy top, I could totally do a boxy top. Oh, and talking about boxy top, I saw my mum this morning when we did our grocery shopping, and she orders Mollie Makes, the magazine. And she doesn't sew, she's a crochet whiz. So she gave me the sewing patterns. And this is this month's sewing pattern. And I think if I cropped that, it would make a really cute boxy top. Even I put a little ruffle on there, maybe it would be really cute. I do notice that it does come off her shoulders, so I'll probably set that sleeve in a little bit further. I like my shoulder seam to be there, set in, not down here. I think it makes me look a bit rounder than I already am. But I think it's a great pattern. It's super cute. It's Tilly and the Buttons. Yeah, Mollie Makes and Tilly and the Buttons. And it comes from bust 30 inches to 48 inches. And I would probably be, oh yeah, that's maybe a bit big on the hip, but a size 4. A little column dress. I think it's really cute. Anyway, yay, new pattern. Oh, and there was also, like, it's aimed at beginners, obviously, and this sewing guide, Sewing Made Easy. Learn the basics of dressmaking with Mollie Makes and Tilly and the Buttons. I mean, I don't need it, obviously, but it's really cute. Like, you can record your measurements. There's a size chart. There's how to make simple pattern adjustments. How to measure yourself. To twirl or not to twirl. I never twirl, don't do that. It's bad. How to read the pattern markings. Choose your fabric. Little sewing glossary. And what you might need is a basic sewing kit. That's really cute. A little print. Yeah. Right. Okay. I think I've blathered on enough. That's Saturday. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Stay safe and talk tomorrow. Bye.